Hey everybody, you are listening to Area Code Batavia, a podcast about what it means to belong in Batavia, Illinois. I'm your host, Richard Clark. We're doing something a little different for this episode. I want to give a shout out to David Fraccaro for this idea. We were sitting and talking and I was complaining because I was like, I just didn't prepare to do something for the end of the year, and now I feel like I don't know what to do, and I was trying to figure out what to do, and he was like, you should just do an episode where you just sort of talk about people in Batavia that are like George Bailey from It's a Wonderful Life, which of course is most people, right? Which is kind of the cool thing about that idea, is you could talk about a lot of people who are essentially making a huge impact on people around them and their communities. They're underrated in their community. And so I reached out to all of our former guests and asked everyone to send me a voice memo about someone that they know that has impacted their community or them in a way that has gone unseen or underrepresented. And so that's what you're going to hear today. And I hope that you'll hear these stories of these people as not just like, oh, wow, cool people. Not even as like, oh, I hope I can be like them. But I hope it makes you see in yourself some of what you're hearing about. I think all of us, just by being present in each other's lives, by being around, by existing, we are making one another's lives better and more rich. That's the message I want you to get from this. We all make up a community, and we all contribute to what makes a community great. Batavia is great. So if you're listening to this and you live in Batavia, thank you. Thank you for being in Batavia. I'm hoping we can do this every year. I like the idea of sending the same request out to all of our former guests, and it just becomes this tradition. And my ideal goal is like in 5 years, it's like 3 hours long or something. We have to put it out in 3 parts. That would be awesome. But this is a great start. I hope you enjoy. We're going to kick things off with the Batavia Bulldogs head coach, Dennis Piron. I will see you in the new year.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to take a moment to talk about someone who has changed Batavia Athletics forever, our athletic director, Dave Andrews. Dave is retiring, but what he has built here isn't going anywhere, and that's because he didn't just run our programs, he helped grow them. He didn't just fund facilities, he fought for them. He didn't just support our athletes, I would say, just like all of our spirit here, he loved them. During his time here, Dave oversaw what can only be described as the golden age of Bulldog athletics, not just because of wins and championships and banners, which have been plentiful, but because he made sure that every kid, every team, every coach had what they needed to dream big and then actually go out and get it. In every conversation with coaches, one theme kept showing up. Dave was everywhere, behind the scenes, early mornings, late nights, event after event, lifting, moving, organizing, fixing problems before anyone else even saw them. He thought about the little things all the time, the way only truly great leaders do, the things no one notices until they're missing. He believed that our athletic programs, I think, should be the community engine, a place where kids learn to love, where there's accountability, where there's gratitude, where there's courage is taught, toughness, grit, all of those things. And that aligned perfectly with what makes Batavia different, I think. As Coach Holm has said to me many times, our programs work because everything, parents, players, coaches, the whole town, pull in the same direction. Dave made this possible. He supported our youth programs and actually helped grow them. He championed facilities, he invested in coaches and time. He helped create an environment where every athlete, star, or role player felt valued, included, and was proud to wear Batavia on their chest. And maybe most importantly, he protected the culture here. He didn't let shortcuts, excuses, or ego get in the way of what he believed was best for kids. That takes some real strength and some real vision, and it takes a lot of heart. So Dave Andrews, on behalf of every player or coach that grew up here and enjoyed Friday night lights or Saturday all-day events or long track meets or long wrestling meets, I just would love to say to him, thanks. Thanks for being a Bulldog. Thanks for the hours that no one saw you working and the battles you fought on behalf of all of us and the thoughts you had to include every single athlete here at Batavia High School. You helped change this place. You changed many people's lives, and you made Batavia what it is, Batavia. Congratulations on your retirement, Mr. Andrews. You earned it. You'll always be one of the true difference makers in Batavia Bulldog history.
Claudia Kabanyana. I was invited to Area Code Batavia as the co-host of Becoming Neighbors. And I would really like to shine a spotlight on a community member that I really think brings a lot of joy and warmth through the way he shows up, his kindness, his bright spirit, and the many events he organizes. And this person is Oliver at Sturdy Shelter. I remember that one of his Harry Potter trivia was so popular that people were lining up to get beers. And there were so many people showing up that day. So yeah, it's someone who really creates opportunities for people to meet and have fun, and I'm really grateful that we have him in our community. So shout out to Oliver.
Hey there, I'm Natalie.
And Tyler
Anderson of Beardsgaard Barbers in Batavia, and one of the people that we think makes this town so incredibly special is Jamie Saam.
Absolutely.
She's been part of all of this for the entire time that we've been in Batavia. From the time that she was running Batavia Main Street to all of her different roles around town, volunteering, working with the high school. She's almost like the capillaries of this town, you know?
Yeah, she was one of the first people that we met when we were getting set up.
Been just there for everything, always like ready to promote everything and everybody going on in town. If you need some random ass specialty thing, who do you call?
Jamie Saam.
She knows.
She's got her finger on the pulse.
Finger on the pulse is what it is. And she just has that small town spirit that makes places like this go.
So incredibly kind and warm. And every time I've had a conversation with her, it is like you're having a catch up with a longtime friend.
It really is. Definitely one of the parts of Batavia that is so special.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie.
Hi, this is Jamie Saam, owner of Bulldog Plumbing and co-owner of Start Something Studio. For the Area Code Batavia holiday episode, I wanted to shine a spotlight on someone who makes Batavia the magical, connected community that it really is, Miss Colleen Putton. She's a second grade teacher extraordinaire over at Louise White Elementary School. Both of my boys were lucky enough to have Mrs. Putton, and what makes her so special is that she doesn't just teach second grade. She walks through life with her students. From day one, she calls her students friends, and she really means it. She makes every child feel seen and like they matter. Like they're not just one of many, but they're her priority. She doesn't stop at the classroom door. When my kids were in her class, she would ask for their sports schedules, little league, hockey, and she would actually show up to cheer them on. It may sound like just a small thing, but to a kid, it's everything. It tells them that they're important and that someone else other than their mom and dad are in their corner. What even seems more incredible is that her care for the kids doesn't just end when the school year ends. As her students get older, she invites them back to the classroom to help out, checks in on them, continues to encourage them. Tucker, my oldest, he's a senior. He had his last high school football game just a short couple weeks ago. And the day before that game, he received a thoughtful and personal email from her, just reminding him that she's still right there, rooting for him, watching on TV, or showing up at the games if she can. Years later, he's a senior since second grade, and I truly believe she'll be at their graduations and probably their other big life moments, because that's just who she is, and that's who these kids are to her. Mrs. Putton didn't just do this for my kids. Colleen does this for all the kids that are lucky enough to have her in their class, in her class. And every year she brings community members into the classroom, now virtually because of, times change, to help teach her second graders about the people and the places that make Batavia such a special town. So she's not even just doing it within her classroom. She's showing them outside of the walls what's really happening. She's raising great students, yes, but she's also raising good neighbors. Without teachers and people like Colleen Putton, Batavia wouldn't be half as warm, half as connected, and really half as magical as it is. She's one of those people who quietly changes the entire culture of community simply by loving our kids well. So thank you to Mrs. Putton.
Hi, Richard. This is Kristen Dessler
and Beth Walker from Batavia Main Street.
And we'd like to recognize one of downtown Batavia's unsung heroes, Nick Snyder.
Nick is a dedicated community member, small business supporter, and downtown advocate who literally walked into our office one day and we've never let him leave.
In addition to showing up at almost every downtown event and regularly shopping our boardwalk shops, local stores, and restaurants, Nick helped form the Downtown Batavia Hype Team, and he just brings a level of enthusiasm, humor, and heart to several Main Street committees as well as our board.
Most recently, he volunteered to bundle up and walk around downtown to hand out downtown dollars to visitors during our Second Chance Small Business Saturday.
Nick is someone we can always count on for support, creative ideas, and excitement for all things downtown. He wants our businesses to thrive and for Batavia to continue moving forward, not because he owns a business here, but because he truly believes in this community and wants it to be the best it can be.
We really appreciate Nick, and we want everyone to know just how much time and energy he pours into make Batavia feel like home for all of us. He donates hours of his time each month and has even taken days off work to volunteer with Main Street, demonstrating just how much he cares about this community.
Thanks for giving us this opportunity to shout out Nick Snyder for all he does, and happy holidays!
I'm Linda Sheilke, and I'd like to recognize Becky Hogue, who is the head of the Books Between Bites program. Each month, September through May, she puts together the most wonderful authors and guest speakers to talk about wonderful literature that impacts our community and our world. She uses as many local Batavia authors as she can, and we're blessed to have many. And the program was actually begun by her parents, Lee and Betty Moorhead, many, many years ago when they came here from Wisconsin. And Becky, and the passing of her parents, has carried on this program and does such a wonderful job. So much education and phenomenal background information and learning that she's brought to our community, she and her parents, through the years. So big shout out to Becky. Batavia would be a lot less knowledgeable if it wasn't for her and her family. Thanks, Becky.
This is Mayor Jeff Sheilke of the City of Batavia, and I would like to make a few comments about a Batavian that I think really did make a difference in this town, and that's William Wood, who, for many of you will remember, was the principal of J.B. Nelson School. He was the first principal of that school, and he was a Batavia teacher. Between being a teacher and a principal, he worked for the school district for 29 years. He was the organist at Holy Cross Church in Batavia, and he used to play for most of the masses and took great pride in that. He was somebody who worked the community, knew people on a one-on-one basis, and was always there to specifically help kids that he knew were in trouble or family didn't have certain amenities to it. There were many times that I'm sure he was a Santa Claus of sorts and made sure that some kids got some special packages dropped on their door on Christmas Eve. He was a very religious man, and when he passed away, he had a religious cross collection of 168 different crosses, of which he has left most of them to Batavia people. So he really did make his impact on Batavia and left a very, very strong mark in the community. Many people remember him. If you go down to J.B. Nelson School, there's a street out in front of it. It's named in his honor. And he was very humbled by that move. And he always wanted to be very interested in history, and he spent many, many years in his retirement researching and responding to letters that were received by the Batavia Historical Society because he wanted Batavia's history to be fully understood and correctly reported. So here was a person that truly did make a difference from Batavia and has left a lasting mark on our town as a man of goodwill, generosity, and kind heart.
Hi, Richard. Joanne Spitz. I'm going to give you some ideas for people to have on your podcast. Amy Nelson, Community Outreach Coordinator at BPS 101. She does an amazing job working with all the low-income and homeless students in our school district. She works with all 6 schools in any way needed. Kathy Evangelista is the director of Batavia United Way, doing an amazing job. Super busy right now with Adopted Family, which families pick up next week. I believe they have over 350 people, children, families. They do things all year. Cynthia Kiekeffer is the president of Batavia Women's Club, does an amazing job reaching out to all the area nonprofits to help. Linda Kins is my co-chair with CHIP in Batavia. She does so many wonderful things. She's the most creative person I have ever met. She also was the director of Batavia United Way for 6 years. She is the one that got 2-in-1 going in Kane County and is so full of creative ideas working with our chamber, other area nonprofits. Ellie LeBron started Radical Love several years ago to help families who are immigrants in the Tri-City area. She has grown it from nothing to an unbelievable project where they make snacks, they do Christmas gifts, they just bought a car for a family. They do amazing things. Carrie Valesh Zararia runs Go With The Flow, another nonprofit she started to help families. Also amazing. She donates bags that we give to our schools. And last is the national, worldwide group, PEO, Promoting Educational Opportunities. I'm a member. Nan Phillips is the president. And they do wonderful, wonderful things to promote educational opportunities in our community and really around the world. Okay, thanks. Bye.
I'm Linda Sheilke, and I would just like to say that Mr. John Heath has been a true angel to the town of Batavia for so many years. Mr. Heath was the director of Batavia High School bands for many years, and in his retirement has now become the director of the Batavia Community Band. He's been inducted into 2 halls of honor, West Aurora, where he went to school, and also Batavia High School. He's very active in church groups and choirs, and just an absolute delightful person to work with and to be able to call a friend. So I would just say, in the history of Batavia, we would be a lot less musical and a lot less harmonious and a lot less glorious if it wasn't for John Heath being in our town. Merry Christmas, John.
I'm Jennifer Clark, and I'm a producer for Area Code Batavia. This holiday season, I want to give my friend and soul sister, Elena Landon, a shout out. It's rare to have a friend that I live so close to, who is also as good at showing up for me as she is for showing up for my whole family and her own family. And her friendship has been one of the things that has really strengthened me this year through a lot of change and transition for our family. And she's also my co-leader for our partnership with World Relief, which serves refugees and immigrants in the Chicagoland area. And I couldn't continue to do this work without her support and her offering her time to keep that partnership going, especially in one of the most challenging years for those of us in that work and those who are benefited by refugee and immigrant services. So I want to give her a shout out and thank her for the work that she's doing, seen and unseen. And also, just in reflecting on this, feeling so thankful for the two of us taking a chance on each other 5 years ago and really committing to a friendship that's more than just convenience, but kinship. And yeah, I'm just really grateful for her presence in my life.
Hi again, it's Talitha Mueller of the Batavia Popcorn Depot, and I wanted to recommend one more person for acknowledgement during this month of December, and that is my friend Susan Frame from Batavia, who was raised here in Batavia. Her parents, Doris and Russ, live on North Avenue. They're neighbors of ours. And Susan lost her partner in the earthquake in Haiti in 2010. She is an accomplished artist, studied at the Art Institute, and she vowed to come back to Haiti and start a nonprofit in memory of her partner, and she has done so for the last 15 years. She started a nonprofit called Jacmel Expression, and for over 15 years, it's been an open space for creativity, learning, and community for Jacmel and other communities in Haiti that face significant economic, political, and educational challenges. Jacmel Expression offers marginalized local youth access to creativity, education, and life skills, encouraging them to lead productive, self-sustaining lives. So Susan comes back to the States a few times a year and stays here in Batavia to raise money for her nonprofit and to bring supplies back to Haiti with her. And that has been her life for the past 15 years. So the majority of time she lives in Jacmel, Haiti. But we are so proud of her, and she is such a cool, awesome human being, talented, brilliant, and just an incredible work ethic. So she is such an interesting person, Richard, and I think you would love having a conversation with her. Thanks.
I'm Linda Sheilke, and I'd like to thank Bob Peterson for all he gave to Batavia for 95 plus years. We lost Bob this past year. He and his wife Sue were Citizens of the Year a few years ago. Bob worked so hard on so many boards and organizations, and then whenever he had access to some funding, he would be so generous in supporting the Batavia Community Band, the Batavia Fireworks, all good efforts in Batavia. He truly was a model of lifelong learning and giving, and age just had no impact on him. He just kept going, and he was a real Energizer bunny. And I read a poem the other day that just so reminded me of Bob. It says, "Some people come into the world and shine so brightly that even after they're gone, their light's still with us." Bob Peterson's light will be with Batavia forever.
My name is Alexa, and I'm the event coordinator at Sturdy Shelter Brewing. When I think of people whose impact on Batavia sometimes flies under the radar, I think of David Fraccaro. A lot of people know him locally as the guy who sings Elvis, but I think the work he's doing outside of that to create a sense of belonging for folks in Batavia is really impactful and important, whether it's through song or conversation or, a Thanksgiving potluck. I think his dedication to the people of Batavia and his neighbors in need and people who simply just need somewhere to feel that they belong, I think it's pretty rad. And I think he's super humble and stuff, so he probably doesn't know how impactful it is, but to me, he's doing a lot of good work and a lot of hard work, and I think it means a great deal to a lot of people. And Batavia would be worse if he moved away or was gone. So, yeah. Okay.
Hey Richard, it's David Fraccaro. Hope you're doing well, and sorry it's taken me a while to get back to you. I hope it's not too late to respond to your question around who in Batavia has made the town better but have oftentimes gone unrecognized or unseen. And there's a lot of people that come to mind for me. There are faith leaders, there are nonprofit directors, there are business owners that I definitely feel that way about. But One person this year that comes to mind is my neighbor, Joe. Joe and I are not on the same page politically, and that's was made very apparent early on with different flags and signs out front, and when we talk shop outside before mowing our lawns, it became very clear. But all that being said, Joe's been the first person over when, we've needed help carrying groceries in, or whenever we had the big snow recently without even having to ask him, and we wouldn't anyways, but he just on his own time comes over and shovels all the snow out of our driveway. He's made repairs on the house. Anytime I need him to do anything, he's on it, and it means a whole lot. And it helps me recognize that, despite our political differences, that Joe is somebody who really cares about his neighbors, and in his own way finds ways to actually show love for his neighbors, and I really appreciate that. And so it's kind of opened up communication and respect for one another. And I know that Joe would probably do that for anybody on our block. And it just is helping me maybe go beyond some of the stereotypes or anger that I might have towards the other side politically at this divided time in our nation. So Joe's the kind of neighbor you want. I'm glad he's next door. So I hope this is helpful. Thanks so much.
I'm Sam Kraft, the owner and publisher of the Tri-City Central newsletter, tricitycentral.com if you want to check it out. And over the course of the year, I've interacted with quite a few folks from Batavia, and I thought I would just shout out a few people who are doing, worthwhile things in the community, whether it's for nonprofits or other community organizations that are making an impact that you may or may not know about. So one of those people is Marge Brown. She helps lead the Batavia Foundation for Educational Excellence. I know that organization does a lot of wonderful things for the schools and the school district. And one of the earlier things that I participated in after starting my newsletter was having a profile done as a Batavia alumni profile. So the organization goes back and profiles alumni doing interesting things, and it's just something that I feel like you should check out. Another one is LaVon Lenaway from Dragonfly Senior Navigation Services. She does a lot of great work in helping families and local people navigate the world of memory and dementia care, which is a touchy thing, but she's kind and compassionate and helpful, and I know that she holds a lot of free events to help people navigate those troubling things. Another one is Don Rosenberger, the board president of Suicide Prevention Services of America, another Batavia nonprofit that you've probably driven past 100 times on Route 31, but they're staffed 24/7, and they do a lot of great work in terms of suicide prevention and supporting families in that area. Another one is Joanne Spitz of Chip In Batavia. If you're not familiar with Chip In, they help local families who are in need of clothes, food, school assistance, those types of things. They do a lot of great fundraising and make a really big impact in the community. And the last person I wanted to shout out is Patty Lackman, who I've known since birth, essentially. She's very involved at the Chamber, and even more so with the League of Women Voters. She loves this community. She's bionic. I don't know how she finds the time to do all that stuff. So, Patty, thanks for all that you do.
Hi there. This is Talitha Mueller.
And this is Dave Mueller
of the Batavia Popcorn Depot. And we would like to nominate our next door neighbor, Mike Johnson, for being a wonderful Batavian and a terrific friend and neighbor.
And we think Mike is special and worthy of nomination for all that he's contributed to this community and that all that he's done for us. Mike is a neighbor that cares truly about others, and he shows it each and every day. He's always the first to be helpful. For example, if there's a storm, Mike is the first one to come out and help his neighbors to clean up their trees and take care of their properties. And he's always there for us when people are in need. And most especially, Mike has been there for a local member of the community who needed help building a wheelchair accessible ramp to get into the home. And T, do you want to talk about that?
Sure. It's a family that are regular customers, and they were having trouble raising funds to build a ramp into their house, which is an old house. So the only way to get in was through some narrow doorways and stairs. We told Mike about their situation and that the father of the family is homebound. He's in his 40s. He's young and has MS. And the family wasn't receiving the funds from the state to get this ramp built. So Mike raised money through his church, which is Emmanuel Lutheran, for the building materials. But he spent months building the ramp by hand and changed the lives of this family so that the father could attend his children's school events and get out with the family when the weather's nice, go for walks around town. And he's very humble. He is just a remarkable and talented man.
And we really appreciate him, and we really hope that you can recognize him in this upcoming holiday season. Thank you.
Thanks, Richard. Bye.